Hi, I'm Clint with Brace Tool, and today I'm going to go over the care and maintenance and disassembly of a KOT-1 Kickover Tool for you. So we'll start out with talking a little bit about some care of the tool. You want to make sure you always take care of your pin thread, never let it bang against anything when you're transporting the tool or anything. The barrel sleeve is another critical component that when you're carrying this tool, you want to support the barrel and the top of the tool together. Because this part is milled away to allow your adapter arm to travel, there's a weak point here that if the tool is mishandled, it can cause cracks and damage and shorten the lifespan of that part of this tool. So the proper care and maintenance of this part of the tool is critical to save you cost. If you ever do damage the parts, of course, Brace Tool does carry replacement parts for the tools, and you can call us anytime to have parts replaced. So we'll commence with the disassembly. So to start out, we're going to have to remove the springs from the adapter arm. So I take a piece of brass and I'll pry the adapter arm up, and I'll undo the cap head screw, and I'll remove the springs completely, laying them to the side. And as I take those off, I'm going to inspect them, check the holes, especially across where the cap head screw was, for cracks or damage or anything. And if you see any damage, obviously you replace those parts. Now we're going to remove the barrel. To remove the barrel, we have to put the tool back down into that position so it's holding. If you remember from the assembly video, we will turn the tool over so that the rocker arm holds the adapter arm in place so that it doesn't flop around on us. We've removed the set screw from the sleeve, and now we'll back off the lock nut. So we back that off far enough that the sleeve should now rotate freely off of the tool. Again, as we take that off, we look inside, we inspect it for any damage, any cracks, any wear and tear that might warrant the tool being replaced. Obviously this one being new, we're not going to see anything like that on it. Now the next step for us is to remove the pins from the adapter and the adapter arm. So I'll show you how we do that next. We can clamp the adapter arm into the vise. Fairly snugly. And we take a 5/16 punch, and we use a 5/16 punch because it fits inside the recess of the pin, which will allow us to drive that pin out. Where we peened it, the material is forced out against the hole, but using a smaller punch on the inside allows that material to collapse back in when you drive that pin out. Okay. Now if you remember, when we put this tool together, there was quite a lot of spring force here. So we're going to do a little bit of a reverse of what we did to assemble the tool to disassemble the tool. That way we don't shoot our parts across the floor of the shop. So I'll just take that punch and I'll push it back in, and I'll use a smaller punch here. And I don't worry about the bigger punch falling on the floor or anything. If you have a second person, they could grab it, but I won't worry about that. We'll just let it drop. Okay, now we've got it down to enough there where we can probably pull this punch out by hand without using another punch to drive it. You're just going to want to hang on to this piece of the tool firmly, because that detent spring and the detent rod are pushing force against here. So now that's out. There's our adapter. We check our adapter for any cracks or any wear. You should always check your threads to make sure your threads aren't getting worn out after a lot of use. This piece may need to be replaced due to the sucker rod thread being damaged or worn out. We pull out our detent rod with our ball. We inspect that for any cracks or wear and tear. Then to get the spring out, it's going to be a little bit of a process, so we'll change from this to, we'll move to holding the body of the spring housing in the vise. And we'll do the same thing with this pin. And if you remember on this one, when the tool was not in the cocked position, everything was free, so you don't have to worry about any spring tension on this piece. So you can check these pins as well to see if there's any cracks or damage on them. If they're not damaged and they're not too old, you could reuse them, but we do recommend replacing them every time you service the tool. They're pretty much an expendable part. We take the rocker housing out of the adapter arm and we inspect it. You want to look at, especially in this area, to check there's any cracks, or this area to inspect there's excessive wear from it passing the ball. Check the hole where the pin goes through, make sure there's no cracks there. If there's any damage, you would replace that part as well. Then we want to get our spring out of the inside. We pull our detent spring out, inspect it, see if there's any damage on it. They're Inconel springs, so they are sour service resistant. We're going to check our tungsten ball to make sure there's no damage to it. So everything on that looks pretty good to me. So we'll take this. At this point, you can remove your lock ring, inspect it, and check for the same cracks. I'm not going to inspect it right now because we're going to reassemble this tool for sale to a customer after this. So now we would remove the fishneck. Again, checking the threads to make sure there's no damage or anything to that part of the tool. And to get the latch out of the tool, we have to push it down. And when it's down that far, if you take a piece of brass, the force of the spring, if you can get it pushed down in there far enough, should pop it past the shoulder here. And once it pops past that shoulder, it will slide out. You check your spring to make sure there's no damage to it. You'll inspect your latch housing to make sure there's no damage to where the rocker arm makes contact here. Make sure there's no cracks around where the latch is pinned in place. And again, we'll take the spring housing out of the vise and we'll put the latch housing in the vise. Actually, I'll stand it up. And we remember that the spring in there is also very strong. So the same thing, we're going to tap this pin out. And this pin should be replaced every time, so if it does fall on the floor, we don't really worry about it. We'll pick it up later. And now I just hold on to everything here and pull my pin out, and everything should slide out of the tool easily. There's our latch. We inspect the latch in where the pin goes through for any cracks or damage. You want to check in any of the spots for cracks or damage. We would want to remove the 2 screws from the springs, check the springs for any cracks or damage. Anything that needs replaced should be replaced. You can reuse your screws if the head of them is still in good condition, but we do recommend that's another part that you would want to replace frequently. And again, race tool does carry those. So we pull our latch rod out and our core spring and inspect the spring for any damage or cracks. And then on the latch rod, very critical to check where the pin goes through for any cracks or damage there, because that's where all your load on this part is there. If anything's damaged, again, replace it. and that's how you disassemble the KOT-1 Kickover Tool. I'm Clint from Brace Tool. Thank you for watching.